They usually stay in packs, and it's usually at the shopping mall. Put it all together, and what you have are mall rats, a name these teens gave to themselves. Well, most people use shopping malls to shop or just browse. These kids use it as their living room or just a place to hang out. 16-year-old George Moser's been hanging out here for 6 hours.
Just walking around. Not much, just sitting around, stuff like that.
That's by day. By night, you'll find the mall rats in a nearby parking lot. There's about 32 of them. This group, they say, is the 8th generation of mall rats.
Half of us have a job and some of us don't. We share whatever we get. We know some people that work at some stores. Every once in a while they'll give us some food.
Jason Foster of Fullerton says he's been living off and on the streets for the past 7 years because he couldn't stand living at home anymore. He even tried suicide at 13. This runaway calls himself Little Chief and says his father, who lives in Carlsbad, tried to force religion down his throat.
Like, these people here are my family. They mean more to me than myself. I mean, these people are like my real family.
At 14, this runaway is the youngest in the mall rat family. He says his grandfather kicked him out of the house because he was too much to handle. With no house or home, the mall rats have burrowed a nest in a secret hideaway, a few planks of plywood, and this is shelter.
Basically, this is where everyone stays. We will build it to where it's sturdy enough to fit all the mall rats in here.
We have about 10 blankets. I'd say about 10 blankets. And we all have basically hefty jackets, so we don't need blankets.
But even though at times they might be cold, hungry, and dirty, they are still together, and that's all that matters.
Everybody pictures homeless as a terrible thing, and you always want to stay away from it and all that stuff. It is a terrible thing and all that stuff, but when you have people like these guys, it's not as bad as it really seems.
As in my eyes, we're not bums, we're a family. But in other people's eyes, they judge us like, oh, look at them, they're scum, you know?
Look at the way they dress.
We're not.
They used to call this home, shelter carved into a creekside canyon near Carlsbad.
In my eyes, we're not bums, we're a family. But in other people's eyes, they judge us like, oh, look at them, they're scum, you know?
Look at the way they dress.
We're not.
They're also a family of mall rats, runaways, cast-offs who like to pass the time of day playing video games at the neighborhood mall. But that was in October. Since then, their homemade shelter has been bulldozed, and the security at the shopping mall where they used to hang out has told them to stay away.
And we're back to Night Talk. This is Ken Treadway here. And
in an effort to help them find their way, KVSD Radio invited the kids to talk about their problems on the air.
What did you feel like when these people came in with tractors and police and forced you to give up the only home that you had?
Well, I didn't have much real feeling because it's happened before.
Although Robert's still a runaway, he's found a home with a former mall rat, Jasmine, and her mother. But Robert and Jasmine aren't the only ones who've left the pack. It's believed Little Chief has returned home. So, too, has Jason.
I got sick of it, you know. I was sick, and I just said I don't need this.
No one really knows where the other 50 or so mall rats scattered, but Robert says he's found a better family. And Jasmine's mothers agreed to help distribute donated clothes to other homeless teens.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll see to it that this gets distributed.
Marianne Cushi, News 8, Carlsbad.